We are live. Hi, I'm Allison Apsey, and thank you for joining us for the We Lead Michigan chat this week. And
Here, I'm David Simpson alongside Allison Apsey as the co-state and federal relations coordinator for MEMSPA. So it's an honor to be here live, kind of our first real live broadcast, Allison.
yes, I hope it works this time. It was a little fuzzy last time. So if you're watching live, we'd love for you to comment and interact with you. But we have just a brief update for you, but a very special election update. We'd like to start with thanking you for joining the hashtag WeLeadMI movement and celebrating Principals Month and sharing what life is like as a principal with our legislators. So thank you so much. The turnout has been tremendous. In fact, David and I would love for you to continue sharing election update. WeLeadMI. Start with thanking you for joining the hashtag WeLeadMI movement and celebrating Principals Month and sharing what life is like as a principal with our legislators. So thank you so much. The turnout has been tremendous. In fact,
are you there? Hold on. Well, that was weird.
I think we fixed that little issue maybe. So thank you everyone for working through the kinks with us. So having said that, David, do you want to give a little election update?
That would be perfect. And yeah, as with anything with live, we fail forward, we learn, and we're going to go along the way. But thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for the hashtag WeLeadMI campaign. Well, this is a special MEMSPA November election part of our legislative update. We have a big election coming up on Tuesday, November 6th. No matter how you vote, put it on your calendar right now. Make sure you give yourself time to vote that day. As long as you're in line by 8 p.m., you are allowed to vote. So no matter how you vote, it is important to exercise your vote. But this is a big one, Allison. Again, at MEMSPA, we're here to inform. We're not here to endorse candidates or proposals, but this is going to be a big one as far as turnover. We have roughly 3/4 of the Senate are going to be new because of term limiting, and that doesn't include any senators that may turn or flip their seats. Roughly about 41% of the House of Representatives will be new, and all 4 of the executive level branch positions in our government are going to be up for election. So a big deal as far as getting out to vote, making sure you're informed about that, but huge implications for education, future education bills going through, but a lot of new faces with that. There are 3 ballot proposals that you should be aware of. Proposal 1 is the ballot proposal to basically allow recreational marijuana use and legalize marijuana and regulate it such as alcohol. Proposal 2 is the redistricting proposal, and that would create a new 13-member citizen board that would do the redistricting. It would make up 4 members from Republicans, 4 Democrats, and 5 independents. And proposal 3 is really about voting. It would allow for same-day voter registration, no reason absentee voting. Currently in the state of Michigan, you just need to have a reason. This would make it so there's no reason needed, and it would allow for go back to straight ticket voting. Among other things, there's lots of local elections happening, a lot of school bond, sinking fund millage, school boards. As a reminder to our principals, schools can only on your own time during the school day. You cannot be advocating for any school bond or election. I know you're probably superintendents to talk to you about that, but that's something to keep in mind. But with so much going on, there's where do I get information? A great spot is the Michigan voter education site. It's at mi.gov/vote. A great site to get resources, but again, encourage you, make sure your voices are heard in Lansing. To be bold and be heard, it starts with voting day. So go out and do that. Allison?
David, I always feel smarter after listening to you. So thank you so much for sharing all of that information. And if any of you are like, wow, I didn't even know half of that, you are probably in the majority rather than the minority. So we just so appreciate, Dave, you keeping us informed. I am in this role as the state and federal relations co-coordinator, not because I have aspirations to be a politician or because I really love politics, but really because I don't know much about politics. And I want to have a voice in Lansing and in DC on behalf of our students and staff and families. We have a tremendous opportunity to have our voices be heard coming up on November 29th, and that's MEMSPA's Lobby Day. All MEMSPA principals are welcome. Like, we would love to have hundreds of people turn out. Typically, we have, maybe 15 or so principals turn out, but we're hoping for a bigger turnout on November 29th. And we're hoping that not only do we have veteran principals who have gone to Lobby Day before, but we have new principals join us. Dave and I had the same experience where we felt really intimidated the first time that we went to a Lobby Day. And we want to take away some of the mystery surrounding Lobby Day. So I'm going to share a little bit of information with you. First of all, the why. We want to build relationships with our legislators so that when they're looking for information about education, about students, about staff, that they turn to us for that information as experts. We also, this November 29th is really special because we will have had the election, so we will know who will be taking office in all of those new positions, but we're going to have our current legislators there. And during this lame duck session, sometimes bills are passed. And one of the bills that we're really paying close attention to is House Bill 5707. And that's that teacher evaluation bill, where we take the percentage of teacher evaluation that's based on student achievement down back to 25%. So right now it's at 40%, and House Bill 5707 is to bring that back down to 25%. So we want to talk a little bit about what to expect on Lobby Day. You're going to come to Lansing that morning, and we're going to gather together first thing, and you're going to get really clear talking points, and you'll have an opportunity to meet with Emily Laidlaw from Karub and other principals, with Paul, and ask questions about the talking points so that you're really comfortable once you go and meet with your legislators talking through those talking points. So all of the appointments for your legislators will be made for you. They're going to be made for you. That's totally taken care of. You could request to have someone join you, like Paul or David or me. We'd be happy to go on the visit with you and talk through those talking points. But one of the things that David and I were just talking about before this live update is that our legislators are people, and they represent us, and they want to hear from us. So we really want to take away that huge intimidation to go to Lansing and talk with our legislators, and just understand that that relationship, that people-to-people connection, is the most important thing we walk out of. If all we do is build a relationship during our meetings, that's good enough for a starting point. So we don't want you to feel tremendous pressure to be knowledgeable on every single aspect of legislation and what's going on right now. Just come and we'll give you the talking points, and you can build some relationships and have a really cool experience lobbying on November 29th. So how do you get involved? Just email Taryn Hurley at MEMSPA. So Taryn at memspa.org, I think it is. If you just email Taryn and let her know that you're going to be there, she'll make sure that all of the arrangements are taken care of for you and get you all the information you need to know in order to arrive on time, and the address of where to show up, those kind of things.
Well, Allison, that's really exciting. And again, if we can have people coming to that, it's just a great experience. One, also to continue to network with other principals about legal issues and how to advocate back in schools. So be bold, be heard, and just have courage and take a risk to come to Lansing. You won't regret it.
And we'll be right there with you. David with all his knowledge, and me with all my not knowledge, I don't know, just ambition to become a principal.
I would say charisma, personality, and leadership. So again, come and join us at MEMSPA Lobby Day.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching this episode of We Lead MI, working through some kinks with us. We're going to figure this out, and we hope that you have a wonderful election day.
Go vote.